conversational Ponca, but yes, you can. If you know verb phrases, you can make complete sentences in verb phrases. Or a single verb could also make a complete sentence in the English language. But to be able to make complex sentences and sentences that we talk every day casually, you will have to learn these, and these are so simple. Okay, the first one we're going to be doing is a call, aka a call. Okay, the textbook says originally used with singular animate subjects, now used with inanimate subjects. So what that means, it was used with only things that were alive, animals, humans. And now when they started learning to speak English, the English language corrupted that by allowing it to be used also for that. And so they started using that. So I'm gonna give you an example. Uh, Shanaka, the Sean's got a good attitude or good ways. It could be translated either way. Good ways. Okay. Mazi, way this aka, the computer is good. But the common word that you would use is Mazi, way this the computer is good. But you could change that out with a call because it can be used in that way because there must be multiple computers around or a certain type, a specific type of computer that we're talking about that, and it can't be nothing else but that one computer. That's why you use a call. But if you say Monza with that could be any computer. Because all that simply means is we're talking about a singular computer, not the one. And so there might be about 20 horses. Some might be running, some might be laying down, some might be standing. But when you say Shangea call, you're talking about the horse. And so all these other horses running, standing, sitting, and there might be a black horse. You might say Shangay, Sabea call. Talking about the black horse. And there might be other ones doing a lot of other things, but when you're talking punk, it's really descriptive. So if I was to say a horse is running, I would say Shangay, Sabe, the the horse is running. Because that I don't know if it's in here, that word. Why is that word not in here? Okay, to our Ponca articles, it is missing two words, and I'm gonna use that whiteboard, and I want you guys to physically handwrite this down before I forget my train of thought. You have to know this. Hang on, I forgot to share. You guys see that whiteboard?
Yep.
Subject. It says the animate singular subject in motion, meaning it could be running. You can't anyway running or walking, jogging. Well, I put jabbing. Well, anything but standing still. V means it's moving, like mainly when it's in motion, like jogging, running, or whatever. It has to be anything but standing still or sitting down or standing. It is moving in some type of way. Like you would say, Shonge, the horse is running. And you could also say Shangea kan tani. Shangea ma tani. And I'll get to all that. But you guys got this wrote down. It's an animate singular subject in motion, running, jogging, or walking, but it cannot be standing still or sitting down or laying down. It has to be in motion on its feet. Whether it's an animal, human being, or any type of reptilian or aquatic life, it has to be moving. When you guys have this, let me know. I don't know why that's not in a dictionary because it's supposed to be in a dictionary.
Chris and I are good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
Should we go ahead and write it in the dictionary, you think? Just go ahead and scribble
Yes,
it in
right.
there?
If you got a dictionary, write it in your dictionary. Because Grandpa
Okay.
Lewis has a
All right.
lot of other documentation on the Ponca language, and I have them too. And when we get to that point where I could upload them, or I figure out how to upload them, or send it on Messenger tonight, those of you that are on Messenger, those of you that elected to be, before we go on, Sister Connie and Sister Barbara and myself, we have a deal called the Ponca language that we made in 2020. And there's
Yeah.
a few members. It's just a private, voluntary thing that we made up in 2020. And you guys are all welcome to be on there if you like to. It's just something, and on that, I could put all our curriculum up on that just so you can get it. And the only
That's what I
people
was
on it
thinking. We
are
could
the
just
people that's here. Or if you
we could
guys need
just
to,
upload documents there, and then everybody
I
could
mean,
just download it
I
at their
can do it
leisure.
there. I know how to do it on that. I don't know how to do it on this whiteboard yet, but I will learn. Give me, ask Emily. She's over there, baby. Daddy's on school. Hey, ask Emily, please. Thank you. Yay. Okay. Tell her thank you. That's my daughter. And so, anyway, listen, Ricky and Sean, like I said, this thing is something we had over. If you guys don't feel comfortable using, like I told them before, uh, let's not really talk about it on here because I don't want to go outside the parameter of my job scope. But it's just something to upload stuff on, like on these guys that we all friending each other on Messenger and on Facebook. It's just so easy for me to send them documents that I could take a picture for. But like I said, I am learning to upload stuff. I got someone that's going to teach me. Hopefully by this Friday, I should have it all down because they said, I said, how'd you learn? They said, I Googled it.
Another
I
thing on
didn't
that
think
group
about
too
that.
is you can send voice files on that group very easily.
Yes.
I think it's up to 1 minute of voice you can record and send. So pronunciation would Eagle could help us with pronunciation on that group as well.
I'm going to go over this real quick in the dictionary and make sure.
We're getting you a brand new Eagle. It's being sent today.
Okay. Okay, now this is another one that it doesn't have on there. Oh, I did it wrong. Whoa. Okay. Now, on the first page that you guys got on 35, on the first document that I sent you guys on Messenger, you see Ame, it is used with the one, as in he is the one. Do you see that? Okay, that Ame, it comes off of Ama. And then there's an Alk, like what you see on here, that comes off of Alk. I mean, Alk comes from a call right here on page 35. Now, let me see if I can find it in this deal. All these things should be in here. Like I said, I understand these people were on a time limit that maybe they just didn't have the time or they felt like they were so rushed that they didn't do it. It's not on here. It doesn't even have a call on here. No, it sure in the heck don't. And that's what I said. Listen, Ricky and Sean, I don't know if you heard that last night, but that's why that we have to make a dictionary. And if we get the opportunity to use that, that the committee approves that, I'm not saying that we could do better than that, but also we're talking about a verb book. And if you guys missed that part last night, but with the Ponca dictionary is a great, brilliant piece of work. The 500 plus Umaha verbs is brilliant. And then Uncle Mark Swetland's the Omaha language and the Omaha way is good. And then there's another document called the Ponca language. Master and Student, Master and Apprentice, which is really good, but actually that's intermediate. It's not made for beginners. That Grandpa Lewis made that, and the other thing, and then the best book that I've ever seen wrote on our people is that Walks on the Ground. And all these other things that you're going through, and the worst thing that you guys should read that I don't think that you should hold any account to was that Ponca Tribe of 1965. That book disgusts me. It disgusts any Ponca that knows anything. And I can show you a number of reasons why. Actually, I gave that I had like 5 copies, and I gave them all away. And it's something that I won't teach on ever, probably. But I could if somebody needed me to or wanted me to, or you guys say, hey, you got to teach out of it. I'll teach out of it. So, uh, give me 1 second. Hello? Hey, baby, I'm teaching right now. I'll call you right back after 8. And so, we have to learn these things in a good way. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you that book. So if you guys, some of you guys might think, "Wow, why is he talking about the Ponca tribe?" Well, I'm gonna tell you that guy James. What's his name? James. I forgot already.
Dorsey. His name's
No, it
Dorsey.
ain't James Dorsey. No, it isn't James Dorsey.
James
James
Dorsey.
Dorsey.
James
James
Howard.
Dorsey.
No,
James
it's not.
Howard.
Oh,
James Dorsey died in 18.
that's
James
him. Okay.
Howard.
Yeah, it's
He
Howard.
died in.
Okay.
Yeah, James
Yeah.
Dorsey died in 1880
Yep.
something. This guy Dorsey was alive all the way up until 1880 or 1980 something or 1990. Anyway, he did most of his work was based off of Francis LaFleche and then Alice Fletcher, and he based some of his other notes off of these other people, and then a little bit off of Dorsey, and and then he only talked to 2 informants that were really knowledgeable that he spoke to was my grandfather, uh, Obie Yellow Buffalo. In the book it says Obie Yellow Bull, but it's Obie Yellow. Its real translation is Obie Yellow Buffalo Bull. And then the other informant, the Poncas here in Oklahoma, they referred to Peter LeClaire, aka Pete LeClaire, as the Ponca historian over Nebraska, South Dakota, and Oklahoma as being the most. They sent everybody sent him from the north and the south. They sent the linguist to Peter LeClaire first, and then my grandfather probably second. But but what I'm trying to tell you is those are the only things that I would hold any account to is what they said, them men, everything else that there might have been a few other informants that they talked about, but most of it was based off of he just read them other books and wrote off of them and said, hey, Ponca tribe. And then, like I said, we could even make something of the Ponca. We could put of the Ponca tribe and make a true book about it from what you guys know up there and from what I could interview. There's still a lot of Poncas in the 90s that are alive here and however many elders that we still got up there, we can make our own book. You see, we can't just base this off of other people's stuff. We get the idea of being Ponca and what it was back then, how Poncas were, but today in modern 2022, if we had the right people helping us with a little bit of finances, man, we could do for the Ponca language like it's never been seen before. And I'm excited. And last night I talked about that, but all these books I mentioned, excluding the Ponca tribe, that they're all missing something, and we have to be that bridge. Not saying that we're better than them, but we have to pick up the mistakes or the forgetfulness or the being pressed for time. One might say that you got to hurry up. You only got this much time, or your grant money is going to run out. If you don't get it done by this time, it's just not even get published. And that's what they said to the Ponca language. They literally said that in a letter that Grandpa Lewis showed me in the Ponca language that if this does not get done by this date, it will not be published and you will not be paid for the work that you've done. He got 2 years to do this book, and he's so frustrated because that was not enough time. So right now, he's making another book that I shouldn't even talk on. He's got some other stuff in the works that go to this dictionary that before he dies, he's hurrying up. He works on it night and day. And I told him, I said, Grandpa, I don't know how much you want for it. I just want a copy, and you can put copyrighted on it. I said, I'll give you $1,000. And he said, no. He said, when I'm done, it'll be for the people. And so anyway, but that, I'm just trying to tell you, and I'm not saying that I'm better or our group's any better than the past group, but what I am saying is I can show you the mistakes or the things that they got pressed for time on or the things that they forgot. And I could show you how to bridge that together to complete that work. And it's not that we're better than them, but it is that we showed that there are things that were left out, that are forgotten, or the time was so pressed that they didn't have the opportunity to go back over it, you know. And Auntie Alice Lingay, I know that she was pressed for time as well because hers was a grant, same as all these others were a grant. And when you don't got enough time to do this, like I said, on the Vegiha language, on the Umaha and Ponca dialect, there's no better verb book than what Alice had made. And on the dictionary status, there's no better dictionary than the one that Grandpa Lewis Hedman made. But they're all lacking something, and we have to complete those. If we get the chance to make our own books, our own verb book, or make our own dictionary, we're going to use all these words that we got. But at the same time, we're going to make words that there's no word for that should be made a word for. And I'm going to teach you guys in Ponca that everything that there's modern times are description words, like what they call a television. They call it Monza Inde Wabaku Skunk Skunk. And all that means is it's a metal face that it's rolled on and it's in motion. And then when you talk about a telephone, it's Monza Iula. It's metal that's been able to tell about stuff or speak about something. And then the microwave in Ponca is called Uhant Kude. Uhant means to cook. Kude is to hurry up. So it's something that's cooking the food fast. And a lot of these words that we got, these descriptive words, they describe a tool, they describe a place, they describe something that we've seen by how we see it. And then some of you guys are going to say, "This is how I see it," and it might be different than what I see it, but you guys might see it in a better vision. So I'm going to say, go ahead, Robin, Sean, Ricky, or Connie. Let's go with you guys' way, and we're going to name it the building that shakes, or the house that leans too far to the left. And I might just say it's the cricket house. Cricket house, I mean. And so, that's how we're going to do it. But okay, it's talking about this word right here. It literally means the only one. Or you could just say the only one. No other. So those two words were left out here. Okay, and the. And if you got your dictionaries, write them in there. And I couldn't find that word in our dictionary on the Ponca to the English side. And then going back right here, I don't see the. I mean, it might be hard to say. I ain't seeing it. If you got a dictionary, it starts off on page 68 in the dictionary, page 68, and I don't see it. Nope, I don't see it. It could be here. I just don't see it. And so that's why I'm asking you guys to take a look. But I could explain it without the dictionary. But I'm telling you, I want you guys to be reinforced by what I'm saying, not just saying Eagle made this up. No, it's not in here. But in other writings that Grandpa Lewis made, I could show you that they're in there. You guys got this? Okay.
If you look on page 51, okay is in there.
61?
51.
I'm glad we got eyes that I passed it.
On 51 in the dictionary, it's listed. It's not listed. I don't know why they didn't list that under the article because it's in here.
That one has a glottal stop. Is that the same, Eagle?
That's the same.
Okay,
I didn't know I had a glottal stop. Let's
Okay.
put a glottal stop. I put it on and now. I didn't know I had one.
Cool.
Okay, it's a suffix. It says it's a suffix, but it's not a suffix. It's an article. It says denotes a particular person or thing,
Yeah.
as in that's the one. And I put the only one, and it can't be no other. But you see, the translation is the same, but it's just said in a different way. So add that to it as an article.
D is also in there on page 68.
Good.
Listed as
That's why I need you
interested.
guys. I couldn't find it. 868.
Yeah.
Page 68.
Right.
Where?
The fifth and sixth entry is down from the top. On
No.
page 6.
It's Vink with a nozzle eye.
Oh, it's different. Right.
It's different.
I see that now.
I mean, you look back at what I had you write down. Do you see that little tail I put on it?
Yeah. Yep. I missed that. Sorry.
But I need you guys. Like I said, I totally missed it. I didn't see okay or a call. And here they are. So we need each other. Like I said, there's things I'm gonna miss. There's things you guys are gonna miss. But if we work as a group, we won't miss it.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna start back over on page 30. Was it 35?
35.
All right, 35. Yeah, 35. Okay, let's go back to that. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off on here. Okay, we're back. How you doing, Auntie Rita? Auntie, we're talking about articles in Ponca, and all these articles they just mean the THE in the Ponca in the English language, but in our Ponca language, let's see, let's count them. Excuse me, we got what is it right here? There's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 ways to say the. And the 13th way is that word we. And we put it in there because it also means a or an or the number one. Auntie Rita, do you have a dictionary?
Yeah, I do. I just haven't got it out yet. I just got
Okay.
on my charger didn't work.
Okay, Auntie, we're on page 35. Relatives, take a moment to read through them, see what they say. But each one of them, every single one of them except the WI mean the, THE, like the dog, the house, the people, the one. Did you guys look at it yet? Because I'm going to go back to that whiteboard and I'm going to show you guys.
I'm not sure what we're looking at, honey.
You're looking at the articles in Ponca on 35.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I was looking at. Okay, I'm good. Thanks.
Oh, I left it in the other one. I got it on the phone. Into that.
Ow! Oh.
Kinda.
What are you trying to spell?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was talking like hell. My mute button was on. Sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna sing a song.
I
So
got it.
okay, Auntie, it's on page 35, and it's Ponca articles. You could open it to 35, Auntie, and then we're gonna sing a couple of songs. One with the drum, if Emily would go grab it for me, and then one song without the drum.
Take it back.
I know.
Yay! You won't reach like that. Where's that little table?
I can't see that. Snobby. Hold that open.
This song right here, we're gonna sing. My uncle Henry Collins, his song. You guys heard this before. My uncle, his big sister, my dad's little sister, her name was Colleen Collins. Night, she passed away on Sunday, and they buried her today. They had a traditional funeral for her, and they buried her today. I didn't get to make it at a doctor's appointment, so. But Jonathan, can you mute yourself? Auntie Rita, can you mute yourself real quick, and then when I call on you, can unmute it? Thank you. And this song is here. You're going to hear this song as a giveaway song, a memorial song, an honoring song, a prayer song. And I've heard it used as all. Yahweh, hi-yo, hey, hi-yo, hey, ya. Way hi-yo, hey, yo, hey. Hey, hi-yo, hey, ya. Hey, hi-yo. Yahweh, hi-yo, hagisido, hey, hey. Yahweh, hi-yo, hey, hi-yo, hey, ya. Way hi-yo, hey, yo, hey. Hey, hi-yo, hey, ya. Hey, hi-yo. Yeah. Hey, Yeah, that's my auntie passed away. They buried her today. She was one of our fluent speaking women. We're down to like 3 now, I think. Yeah, we got 3 fluent. This year we started out with 6 of them, and now we're down to Grandma Fanny, Grandma Jewel, is it? Or June. We got Auntie Susie. That's it. There's only 3 left. And out of the men, there's only 3 men left. You got Grandpa Lewis, you got Grandpa Sherman, and then you got Grandpa Thomas Papan. But Grandpa Thomas Papan is crazy fluent. He just won't help nobody. He's 83 years old. He won't. He don't. You talk to him about Ponca, he don't even want to visit. You know, he's just one of them people. And a lot of our Ponca men, they said in the past that they said, you know, my uncle Paul DeLodge, you know, I took him some money and tobacco and stuff to him, and he said, "What do you want to know, nephew?" And I said, "I want to learn more about our Ponca language other than what I already know." And he said, "Well, you grew up around your great grandfather, Simon Horse Chief Eagle." I said, "Well, I don't feel like I know a lot still." And he said, "What do you want to know?" I said, "I want to learn how to speak Ponca language better and know more about our stories and our culture and our songs." He said, "Let me tell you something. It's dead. Leave it alone." And, you know, he told me that probably about 22, 23 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, let's say 25 at the longest. And he said, I said, "What do you mean it's dead?" He said, "It ain't never going to come back." And he was a fluent speaker. And, you know, I sat there for a little bit and I was kind of mad. I still used to drink back in them days, but I was sober that day. And I told him, I said, "You know, it's because of men like you. It's because of men like you, our language has become what it is today." And, you know, and I tell people I was wrong when I said that to him because I didn't realize what they went through, what he knew and what his mom and dad went through when they got took off to them boarding schools. You know, and it took me a long time until about a couple years ago until I really realized that they were tortured and killed and raped, verbally and physically abused and murdered and sexually abused in places. And I didn't realize that they were fearing for that to happen to their children and their grandchildren and their grandchildren on down and so on. That they were so afraid for us to learn and speak our language that those types of things that were going to happen to us. And I didn't realize that until 2020. Even though I knew them things happened, but I didn't realize that a woman told me one time, she said, and she was a younger woman than I am, and she didn't even speak the language. She said, "Do you ever think about that?" And it clicked. Damn, all these years I was so frustrated about that. I never thought about that. And so that's where we're at today. It's because of that type of behavior of the assimilation and colonization of our people and the genocide that I never realized that they went through so much to hold on to what little we have left today. And now I'm thankful for that. And if some of them people were alive today, for me to apologize and say I was wrong, forgive me. But I'm going to sing another song right here. It's one of my favorite songs. And then we're going to take a 5-minute break. Jesus, oh, holy day, ho, we blow, ho, we blow, mumbly. Oh, the we have mumbly tega, we can we pochega, we blow, mumbly, ho, we blow, mumbly. the we have mumbly tega, we can we pachega, we blah mumbly ho, we blah mumbly. Jesus, oh, holy they ho, we blow mumbly ho, we blow mumbly. Oh, the we hey mumbly tega, we can we pachega, we blow mumbly ho, we blow mumbly. Oh, the we have mumbly tega, we can we pachega, we blow mumbly ho, we blow mumbly. Uh, that song was composed by my grandpa. When he made that song, probably about 40 years, 30, 37, 40 years before I was born. Savior Jesus, I praise you throughout my life. It says that it says, I trust and depend upon you that you made my life anew. I guess that's when that person first became acquainted with Jesus and known him as their Savior. That they made that song. They made their life anew. And that they depended on him. And that song was my sister that passed away. That was her favorite song in our language. And then a friend of mine that lived with me, a girlfriend of mine, years and years ago, she used to drink all the time and she was on them drugs. And I tried to help get her off that stuff. And I taught her that song, and then one day her mom seen me and she said, I want to thank you. And I said, why? And she said, my daughter, she came home and she taught us a Ponca hymn in our language. And she said, I just cried. She said, I couldn't believe it. My daughter in the state she was in could learn that. And then right after that, not even a year later, she died. She died and took days until they found her body. But we sang that at her funeral as well. But our songs are beautiful. I hope that you guys could one day learn them and feel good when you sing them. Let your spirit know that it's alive, that our Ponca language, our Ponca culture, that spirit of the Ponca people is in all of us, and that we're here today because of that. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break real quick, bro. I gotta get something to drink and use the restroom. Does anybody got anything to say before we take this break?
No, thank you for the songs, Eagle Run. I really want to learn that first song, that Ponca Memorial song. That's a beautiful song. I love that song.
Yeah. If you know anybody that's got Messenger, bro, I could put that whole song on Messenger. So I'm telling you, Messenger, we can do everything.
Yeah, I don't have
My other
Messenger.
son, Dennis,
Do it.
my other son, Ego Dennis, he sings for a lot of funerals. He buries a lot of people in Omaha, the Omaha tribe, the Winnebagos, Santees, and Poncas, and he wants to learn Ponca songs. He sings Indian, but not the right way. And he wants to learn more. If you could put that out there, I'd appreciate it. I'd give it to him.
Okay, I got you on Messenger. I'll send it to your Messenger. I'll send them songs that we sing at funerals, and I'll tell you what they mean.
Oh yeah,
He knows Lakota.
yeah.
He wants to learn the Ponca way of singing.
Yeah, if he knows Lakota, he can pick up Ponca easy because there's only two. I can sing a lot of tribe songs, but there ain't no tribes I can pick up better than Ponca except for Lakota. Lakota and Dakota, when I change the dialect to the D or the L. Okay, I'm gonna take a break real quick. 5 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Me too.
Back.
Okay, let's get started again, relatives. Okay, we're gonna go back to the articles. That was beautiful, Jonathan. We're gonna
Oh,
go
it's
back to the whiteboard.
just tuning my violin. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, we're going back to the whiteboard real quick. I'm gonna show you guys some sentences on what you're looking at. Okay, we got the okay down there. Let's erase that. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you mean to be sharing your whiteboard?
D, T, so T or not? It's T.
Is the board not showing?
T.
No.
Whoa.
E.
Does anybody else
I
see the
can't
board?
see
Or is it just
anything.
me?
Are we supposed to?
I opened the whiteboard,
I
but I
don't.
know that the people who don't have it don't see it. So
You see it now?
Now I
Yeah,
see it. I see it now.
I didn't know. I apologize. Sure, there's something. Hang on. Yeah. We're in the mall. Go that way. Let's see. Okay. Does anybody know what EN means? Anybody want to look it up in the dictionary real quick? Or you just want me to tell you?
Iete?
Huh?
Which one, Iete?
What word?
E. The word. This word right here is what we're doing. EA.
I'm looking.
Iete Alategas means, how do you say that? So,
EA.
E-A.
EA.
E-
EA. EA. Remember, it's got this stop right here.
E-K?
EA.
E-A. Oh, E-A.
E-A.
I'm just looking at the wrong thing. Okay. I can't find it.
It means rock.
I bet it's
Rock?
rock. R-O-C-K.
Okay, yep.
I'm going to look in the English side. I'm looking in the English side. Oh, wait, I just saw it. I saw the word rock. Yes, I found it. It's rock. And it has a glottal stop at the end on this book.
It does. Between the I and the E.
Acute I. Yeah, acute stop, glottal stop, E, and then glottal stop is what it says here. Let me send you a
Okay,
picture.
now. Oh, I got it wrote down. It's already there. You just got to look at it. Okay, look. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these different ways. E-A-T, E-A-K, E-A-Don, E-A-G, E-A-Ma, E-A-Ka, E-A-Wi. Okay, when you're using that first one, the number 1, that means the rocks. There's like either like plateaus or in a straight formation, but they're standing straight. Did you guys hear me on that one?
Mm-hmm.
The rocks and whatever we're looking at, we know that they got to be standing straight up in there like a plateau or anything, but there's more than one of them, and they're probably most likely in it the closest they could be to a straight row. E-A-K means the rock, a singular rock, and it could be a rock that's leaning, a rock that's knocked over, or just a rock that's by itself. But it's elongated. It's not round. And then you got E-A-Don. That rock can only be round, but it has to be round in circumference, and it could be small or big. We didn't say because we didn't say E-A-K Thonga or E-A, or I mean E-A Don tonga, e don't, jinga, or jingaxi.
The first one, Iate, is that a group of rocks?
Yes, it is. That's what I said. It's a group of rocks, the plateaus that are standing straight up or they're in a straight line.
Okay.
And then K is a singular rock that's leaning. It's not straight. It could be still semi-standing, but it has to be leaning over to where it's damn near falling over, or it's all the way laying on its side, or it's broken, or it's long. It's got to be long though, even if it's broke. The rock. But all of these mean the first one means the rocks, plural. The second one is the rock, and I'm giving you a description of the rock. And then the third one is the rock, singular. The first one is plural, the second one is singular, the third one is singular, and it's round, whether it's big or little. The fourth one is plural, eg. The rocks are naturally scattered. They're all over. Wherever they're scattered all over, and no set pattern or formation or anything. They're just scattered naturally. And then number 5 could be plural or singular. It depends on we'd have to have more to it. We couldn't just say e-ama. It would have to be e-ama nonge or e-ama nongai or e-ama nonji. You'd have to add something else to it. It couldn't be there alone without understanding what it could be. So that could be the rocks that are sitting still, the rocks that are rolling in motion. It has to be one or the other. They have to be uh, knowing knowing what's back here. I mean other words to this sentence. It would never make sense. But it could just mean the rock or the rocks. But it's obscure. We'd have to guess. Number 6 is only plural. I mean only singular. Excuse me, only singular. Number 5 by far is the most tricky word up there. But number 6 means the rock. No matter how many rocks there are, what they look like, what condition they're in, we're talking about a specific one. The rock. Number 7 is singular. We. That means a rock or the rock, but it's still an article. And it's the only article that means one, a, or an.
Could you repeat the first part about 7, please?
7 is a Ponca article. It's the only Ponca article that does not mean the, T-H-E, in the English language. It is singular and it means one, one rock, a rock, in this particular thing we're talking about here, this lesson, and rock. But in this case, it don't make sense like that. But I'm telling you that. But that's what this means right here. It's any of these three, depending on the context of the sentence.
Right. It's
And
indefinite.
the difference between 6 and 7 is that 6 is the specific, that one, it's the rock over there, or the rock.
That's
Right.
all it is. The one, no other.
Yeah. And
It's a definite
the
article. So 7.
we is like a rock, but whichever one.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You guys have that? That's an easy example. I'm showing you something. I could show you other ones too. And I'm getting ready to, but I want you to understand that you have to know these Ponca articles, what they mean, because in almost all these sentences you see right here, not all of them, but the majority of them, you're going to have other words behind the underlying word. Like we could use this word right here. behind any of them. E te tonga, e ke tonga, e no tonga, e ke tonga, e ama tonga, e ka tonga, e we tonga. You guys all see that? You guys see that? Can you
Yeah.
still see it? Okay, so on the top one, that would mean the big rock for number one. Number two would mean the big rock. Number three would be the big rock. Number four would be the big rocks that are scattered all over. I mean, like I said, you already remember what I told you that what they meant. Tonga. That one right there could be the big rocks or the big rock. It's hard to say. Or the big rocks that are in motion, like say an avalanche, or the little rocks. I mean, they're not little rocks, but I mean, it's that word. Even no matter how you look at it, we got to visually be look. Let me explain it a little better. It has to have something back here, which is this is here, but it also has to be. We have to visually be seeing that to know what it is. Otherwise, we won't know what it is because it's so obscure. This word right here is really tricky. You have to see what's going, or like see a picture in a book, or visually see it, or see a motion picture, or something, or because otherwise it's real tricky on what we're gonna do. Or Katonga, the big rock. Well, ain't no doubt about it. It has to be the biggest one because now that we added that thonga on the back of it, it can't be no other one. We thonga. Now who could translate that? Somebody translate that. We thonga.
A big rock.
That's right. And what's the other way it could be translated?
One big rock.
One big
That's
rock.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so you see that is really tricky on our Ponca language that you have to understand these articles, or otherwise, I mean, we could have a group of rocks that are scattered naturally. You could have rocks that are standing up. You could have a single broken rock that is partially fallen or fallen all the way. That whenever you see all these different things in the same view, but when you use that specific article, it's telling you what rock to look at. Do you understand what I'm saying? By using that specific article, and you see all these different types of rocks in formation scattered naturally, one broken, one big, one round one really round one more than any other one, or one by itself. When we use those specific articles, you know what the rock to look for. And see, we're gonna have to use somebody in an IT, or Sister Connie or Barbara. You're gonna have to get pictures of rocks, and that we might even have to draw them. And then I'll make a test out of it, and I'll say, put this one word and have multiple pictures, but we'll have that all seven of these listed on there. And I'm gonna tell you in English which one to pick, and in Ponca, you're gonna have to use that word and circle that formation or that singular one or the globularness of a single rock. You're gonna have to do that because I'm trying to get you to understand that when you use these articles, they're specified to a certain type of something, depending on what we're talking about, that it can't be no other except for that ama, A-M-A. That word is really tricky, but by you visually seeing that, you will know. And we might have to use that in the form of a rock slide because we'll use it in the motion of something moving, and it's plural because it could be something plural moving or something singular moving, something alive moving or something dead moving, inanimate or inanimate, animate or inanimate. You see what I'm saying? It's so obscure. I don't like to use that word, but it's needed, necessary. Okay, we're gonna clear that board off. I'm gonna go over one other thing just so you can understand it real quick. All right, let's blow this up. All right. Who knows what that means?
Dog.
Dog.
Who knows what this means?
Shinuda.
Shanuda is dog. Shinuda. Shawnuda. Oh. They're so close. Oops.
Yeah. You guys use your books and tell me what these mean. Shinuda vinke. Shanuda zonka. Shanuda. Vitani. Shanuda ka. What do they mean? Hang on. Why do I keep doing
It
that?
went away.
Now what does that mean? Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna call on you. Barbara, tell me what number 3 means. Shanuda Vitani. Okay, you guys don't
A
say
walking dog.
no. See, hold on. Was that you that just said that, Barbara?
This is Barbara.
Okay, was that you that just said walking dog?
Yes. Running.
No.
Running. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's not running. What do these articles all mean? I told you guys all 12 of them except for that one mean what?
Does dita means like yours? Or there's another one. See, dita means to feel.
Connie,
I'm
listen.
looking this
Connie,
up.
you're just guessing. Stop guessing and remember what I just told
Ditabi.
you.
No, well, okay,
The
you're right.
singular animate.
You're absolutely right.
Earlier, when I told you guys, I said, okay, first of all, there's not 12 articles in the dictionary, but I added 2 of them that weren't there.
The singular one. Running.
What, I mean, what do they mean? All these articles mean one word in English. And I
The
told you
dog.
guys, the whole group. That's right, the dog running. The dog running. I'm
Okay,
not giving
right.
you
The is
hard.
animate. The is animate. Okay.
Okay, now, Robin, give me number 1. Shauna vinke. Shinuda vinke.
I don't know that I know what sinuda is. And is it a dog still? Because it's not
No,
sanuda.
those are just 3 different ways to say dog.
Okay.
Shanuda. You're gonna hear them all spoken in different ways in Ponca, all 3 of them.
Okay. So it's the sitting dog?
That's right. The dog that has to be sitting down or laying down
On it,
or
yeah.
kicking back.
Okay.
You said that just right. Now, Sean, not Sean, Sean's gone. Okay. Ricky, give me Sean a call.
Eagle, it might be a little clearer if you lower your mic just a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's better.
Can you guys hear me now? Hello?
Shanuda Aka.
That's
Yeah.
better.
Can you?
I hear you.
What does it mean, Ricky?
Is that the dog?
Yes. Okay.
Shanuda,
Harmony.
is that how you
Huh?
say it? Shanuda Aka?
Shanuda.
Shanuda Aka.
Yeah, because remember, that ain't got no blood or stop on it. You say Shanuda.
Shanuda Aka.
Okay, now Harmony, give me that Shanuda. I mean, Shanuda Donka. Shanuda Donka.
The dogs?
No, look on your. You got your. Look on your. If I send it to you on your messenger, look at that article and look at it. And I'm gonna give you. Don't answer nobody. Give her a chance to answer it. It's in your articles on page. I don't know if it was on 35 or 36. Let me look real quick.
35.
Okay, 35, Harmony. On that. If you got the book or if I send it to you on Messenger, it's on 35.
That's the I'm looking, the one that you wrote down is the second one?
You got a chance to look at your phone on that Messenger?
Yeah, but I'm looking at the second one that you wrote.
Oh yes, right here. I apologize. Yeah, right here. This one. I understand what you're saying.
So
I'm sorry.
the dog sits or it
Yeah.
is still.
But when you guys say it, you just say the dogs because, and just like how Robin said, the dog sitting, you don't have to say that because we already know that that's what it is. So you just say the dog, and in your case, you say the dogs because they're all sitting down or laying down. And the only one, the hardest one I gave it to Barbara because Barbara's got more experience than any of you on this board at this time. And so Shanu the Vink, and no matter what, this is an article. This is an article. That's an article. Article. Subject. Subject. And this also has a verb on the end of it. It's a complete sentence. All these are a complete sentence. So I gave that one to Barbara because she knows more than you guys. And the first time she said the walking dog and she had to correct herself. That's why I tell you guys, when I ask you guys these questions, I'm giving you the knowledge to know what to do. It's just you're gonna have to learn how to word them right. And when I come down and I said no, and I told her don't guess because she wasn't realizing she's saying it wrong until she said the running dog, and that's how you got to remember it. Try not to guess at these things because when I give these deals, just stop and take a minute. You ain't got to answer right away. And please, everybody else, don't try to help them. When I call you guys out, I'm calling you so you can figure it out, or just try to either you're going to try to say it out, or I'm gonna give you time to figure it out. That way. And if someone, I'll say, hey, can somebody help her? And I don't mean that in a bad way either. But when I do call on it like that, that's what I mean. And so don't try to rush in and do that, anybody. When I call you guys out to do it, just go ahead and
What
one by
is
one do your best. Go ahead.
what is that third one, Eagle? Eagle, that third one, how do you say that?
Tony the V. Tony.
Shanuda.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow this up for you guys real quick.
V.
You guys got this wrote down? I'm gonna erase it real quick.
Yeah. But what does that mean?
The running dog.
I couldn't find that one in the dictionary.
Okay. I
Okay,
couldn't find it either.
Okay, listen, both of you that were in there earlier. Anthony, you weren't here in the beginning, but Jonathan, you were here.
Right.
I told you I had to add on two of them. One was the, and the other one was okay. I couldn't find okay, and you found it for me. Remember?
Right.
Okay, but that's why. Remember when I wrote that down? Does anybody remember me saying the and okay need to be put in there?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I remember you explained
it, Jonathan.
words missing and everything.
In motion.
Okay, Jonathan.
Running, walking, moving. Right. I see. It's two different words.
This one can't go without a description word. Or no, or no. Hey guys, this can't be alone. in a complete sentence. That's why I had to add this.
Yeah.
I'll just put moving so you understand. It can't be anything but standing still. Run and or slash ing running. And so moving. Dog. And but you don't say this, but it's already in motion. And this is adding on to it. So Ponca always goes over. The article takes precedent. No matter what article here, it takes the precedent when it's alone. So it becomes the dog running. What's up? Ready. And then we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to it right now, just so you understand. Does everybody have that?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I know it's gonna be hard on you, Jonathan, but like I told you guys multiple times in the beginning, I'm trying to teach you guys so you'll focus. And I know a lot of you guys, and even you, Jonathan, you're ahead of a lot of these guys because you got a chance to study with people that knew what they were talking about. And so when you guys put yourself out there, 11 years or so with somebody, or more than that, or a year with somebody, when you tell me that, you're putting yourself out there. You should know more than what I'm teaching these guys. Now, who did that? Yeah, cool. Now go ahead, anybody translate that.
Wakanda Pushnede is elephant. Is
Just
that
translate the
correct? I
sentence. I
know.
don't need you to read it
That's
to me.
one word.
Translate the sentence.
Okay, no, I was just wondering if I was correct in my head. Sorry. The elephant sees
That's right.
something.
It just says sees. It's not something. It just sees. So all I ask for on this thing, like I said, when I ask you guys something real descriptive on what I'm
Oh, I
asking,
see.
just translate it. I got the entire word in Ponca there. I got the entire English words in
Right.
me. All I needed you to do was translate it. The elephant
Yeah, I got it.
sees. That's all I needed.
Yep.
And I'm
I
going to make
understand.
another. I want you guys to
I
understand on
understand. Thank
these
you.
articles right here. It took precedent going back that way first, and then it comes back to this way secondly. This way first, the elephant sees. Did you wash your hands? Go wash them. You didn't wash them. Okay, we're
Eagle.
gonna do another. Yeah.
Are all of those words connected, or is there a space between elephant and
Oh,
then the article
right
sees
here.
that together? Okay, so it's 3 words.
Whoa, my little deal came off. That's so cheap. My little my little eraser thing came off. Hang on. Right here. All this little stuff on mine is cheap as- Okay, look. Walk on the plus name is elephant, a call, and then don't buy. So right here, all the way down,
Thank you.
and I'll make that clearer next time. Like I said, we have to communicate now. Oh no. Meowdy wakona. Meowdy wakona diche. Let's see. Shall we put them back in here? Meowdy wakona diche. Hira. Meowdy wakona is one word. Diche is one word. Hira is one word. Ricky, translate that for me. The word is Meowdy wakona diche. Hira. Meowdy wakona diche. Hira.
The hippo bathes.
It's either the hippo bathes or the hippo's bathing. It can still be that too. You see, when I tell you guys these articles, it starts from the left to the right. I mean, from the right, excuse me, from the right to the left, like I was showing you this line. It takes precedent here because of the article. Only when it's a singular article. A singular article, that means there's only one of them. Okay? And now it goes here, even though that's a verb, it starts here secondly. First, right here. Second here, so the hippo. Now, hold on, we're a little different. Hang on. Who's the VK? Noah. Noah. Okay, the first one says, who's the VK? Noah, don't buy. The second one says, who's the car? New VK, don't buy. Why did I do this now?
Did you say Robin?
No, I said, why did I do this? Why are the same words used for different articles? Can you see it? Right here it says, Pussy DK. New car, don't buy. Pussy car, new DK, don't buy. I'm just asking, why are they different? Does anybody know? They want to take a crack at that?
The order in which you're telling us something?
Yeah. It's exactly what it is. The order that I'm using, it says it takes precedent over the other article. Back to some teaching.
They both say the cat is watching the man.
Who's
But the
speaking?
first, this is Barbara.
Okay, let me put it back on over now. Whoa. Won't go a little. So there we go. And which sense are you talking? Okay, which one are you talking about? The top one or the bottom one?
Pusidenke nuaka dom by.
Now translate it into English.
The pussycat that's resting is watching the moving man.
No. When you translate it right there, you set it for the wrong sentence. So this takes precedent. See, I call him. Okay, don't buy. The cat sees the man. You translated it the right words, but for the wrong sense. The man sees the cat. Is the top sentence.
The man sees the cat.
Because he takes precedent because of a call.
No one ever taught us this before. This is all new.
Well, I'm teaching you pure, correct Ponca. Omaha's the same way.
So the top one is the man.
Right here. Right here. This
one
takes
is the
precedent
cat.
over this. You see these right here? These are articles. But when this article is used here, a call, it takes precedent over this, or any other one. So when she said that right here, it was correct for the bottom sentence. The cat sees the man. The cat sees the cat sees the man. It goes all the way this time. The cat sees the man. Man. The cat. The cat sees the man. Does it make sense now?
I don't think I'm the only one who's confused about why it takes precedence.
I just told you. A call takes precedent over any other article in a sentence.
So if a ka comes after the noun, it means that's the one we're talking about?
It takes precedent automatically.
Okay. So the first one is the man sees the cat. The second one is the cat sees the man.
That's right.
Thank you.
Now, does anybody not understand that? I mean, a lot of you never seen a sentence like this before. I don't even know, Barbara, have you seen sentences like this?
No.
You've always just seen the subject, the article, and the verb, huh?
Yes.
Those are the little children's ways. The complicated ones, we haven't gotten to them yet, but I'm just going to show you an example with articles. I'm going to step back a little bit and show you guys. Keep it this way. But don't, let's see, Barbara.
Damn it.
To be stuck here in another 11 years with the same.
Hey, Barbara, I think your mic's on, babe.
Oh, you can hear me swearing?
We
Yes,
couldn't
ma'am.
understand.
Sorry.
I didn't screen catch that last one. I was just
Yeah,
Anyway.
me either.
I'm off now.
It was a little busy.
Down by is to see.
Hey, I gotta go.
Okay, bro.
But it's good. It's good. I'm learning a lot, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Night,
We're
Ricky.
going over and tell you. We're not going to stop until everybody understands it.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night, bro.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I have to go too. I got a birthday party.
Okay, happy birthday,
Sorry.
Auntie.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay, what you doing articles?
So Eagle, really quick. Dombe is C, and Dombai is plural of the plural of Dombe.
No, it ain't. Okay,
Okay.
listen. Okay, look.
Okay.
You got that Omaha book, and I know you're reading
Yeah.
out of it. Barbara has only been taught out of Omaha. Omaha will never use Domba. They only use Domba.
Okay.
And I can show you in Uncle Mark Swetlin's book, and I can show you in Alice Santos' book as well. And they'll never use
I keep
I. And like I
forgetting.
said, they'll teach that. They will teach it to make anything plural in Omaha. When
Mm-hmm.
there's an E there, it turns into I, A-I. But they will not
Right.
use it. You remember that, Barbara, when he taught you that? Because he told me the same thing when he was alive.
I'm sorry, I
Barbara,
couldn't hear you.
I said, did Uncle Mark teach you that they don't use that I?
No, I don't remember that. Igisi de Baji. Idampahamaji.
Yeah, you said you don't remember that. You said we don't remember that, and you said I don't know. When you say when you don't remember, you say Agi see them not Baji. But like I said, but whenever they teach that, and I'll give you examples, and I'll screenshot them on our Ponca Language page so that you'll understand what I'm talking about. But the Omaha teach that you do not use the I in any E or a blunt A. That it'll always just be don't by, not never don't by, or it'll be let's see, wabata, not wabata. It'll always just be bata, not batai.
Okay.
Like I said, both of
Yeah.
those have reference to sewing or one sewing, and then they'll never use that.
Yeah.
And so when Ponca used it, and I'm trying to get you guys to understand because of the Omaha influence and the verb book that you're reading is Omaha, that you have to understand that we don't speak like them. Not better than them, we just don't speak like them.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember you telling me that before.
And go to your Omaha book and that language verb book and go to C. I can't remember what page it's on. You'll have to get the headset I got fixed with the USB port. Let me go get in with him with that same book. Oh.
Page 169.
Yep. Page 169. Yeah. Dombe.
So does that second sentence he wrote mean the big thing?
What is it now?
The second sentence, does that mean the big thing?
It means the big arms. This right here, all means arm today is pluralizing it. Munga.
What does the ah mean?
Yeah, you faded in and out. Eagle, can you say that again?
I wrote it.
The big arm.
This is plural.
Tonga.
Remember, this is plural. So if you say Tonga, what does that mean?
The big arms.
Yes. And this right here is singular. And this right here means small or little. And this also means large. It could be large. You translate either way, large or big, or small or little is correct. So okay, Jinga. So what is it? Okay, Jinga.
The little arms?
The what?
Little arms?
Yeah, little arm.
Yeah, the little arm.
Little arm, singular.
Singular, right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Connie, did you find it yet? On page 169?
Yeah, I did. I found it on page 169.
Okay.
C is list. It says Dombe. Dombe is what it says.
Okay, you see it says Dombe for that. Okay, right there it says C and it says
Mhm.
all of you see. And in this one particular instance, she put it there. Don't buy ga.
Mhm.
And not all of them she did that, but this one she did. But when I learned that, the Omaha first didn't do that was through my Uncle Mark. And I don't have that book here. I got it at my house on 10th Street. I'm on A Street right now. And I'll screenshot you guys where he doesn't teach it. And then I'll screenshot you the notes that he gave me before he ever even published that book, way before he ever passed away, years before he passed
Awesome.
away, and before I ever went to prison. And he told
That'd be
me that
great.
even though that they know that it's plural, they won't use it. And then sometimes you don't understand if they say "Damaga," they could be telling you, "You guys sit down," or "Damaga," sit down. But like I said, you just got to pay attention to it. But when you hear them Ponca, don't baga, you already know without a doubt he's talking to every one of you. So I want you guys to understand that. And then you see it here, she or he sees it on page 169. They got it as singular. And then they don't even have, and see on here, they don't even have the they form on here. On some of them they do, but the majority of them on this book don't. And that's what we have to
Yeah.
do it because it's not just I, you, she, we,
Yeah.
it's I, you, third person singular, she, he, it, then plural, we or you, all, plural or they.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. They're
That's
getting
all. Yeah,
left
you're
out.
right.
And
It has we,
maybe
she,
some of you
you,
guys,
I, them.
maybe some of you guys are just understanding, or not, maybe you don't understand what I'm saying, and you think it's okay to leave these things unfinished or partially done. It's not okay. I mean, if any in your right mind, you think it's okay to have work that's not complete, and especially if you're publishing it. But like I told you, they were time consumed by grants that had a deadline. Some might have had a deadline for a year. Some might have had 5 years. Some might have had, I don't know. But in here, on this book, it tells everyone. It says the authors also dedicated this book to each speaker with whom they have worked during the time of the editors. Their educators, including Eleanor Baxter, Almer and Nancy Blackbird, James Blackburn, Winona Caramoni, Marcella Oliver, Caillou, Ed and Enos Klein, Sarah Dick, Susan Fremont, Catherine Gilpin, Frederick Lovejoy Wilson, and Nally Lyons. I don't know how to say that. Juana Morris, Elise Morris, Joan, and Eugene Papan, Maxine Parker, Genevieve Robinson, Oliver Santacy, Rufus and Maxine White. All these people took part in this book. And then you go further in it, you're going to see that some of them have said it to piece this book together. Let's see. It took up to 16 years to do this. And I still think it's the best piece of work on our Ponca Omaha verb conjugations, but they had 16 years to do this. I didn't even think about it being this long, but all the books that the Ponca that I've seen that got to make it, we never even got a 3-year deal. It's either 1 year or 2 years. And they had to put everything they had into that time. And could you imagine cramming it compared to 16 years? And if we get that opportunity, and if they don't get that opportunity, I'll do it on my own. Do it on my own time. And I've been working on it for some time already. Like I said, I got thousands of documents because this is what I do. Well, you cut your hair. Looks nice. And so my point is we got to further these gaps on this. And now we're gonna go ahead and take our time I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna delete it. We're done with that. Okay, now everybody could unmic it. You can put your mics on now. Let's just dialogue about what I just said. Because what are your opinions about these pieces of work? Do you think that we should even attempt to further them, or just do our own on our own and do the best that we can to complete them? Where I'm telling you that I'm going to show you where they're not complete, because it's not that I'm better than them. The damn sure ain't better than them. But the thing is they're not complete. That we have to understand that. Like last night, I showed you with the gi and the key. We have to understand these things. But you get to talking to somebody that's semi-fluent, because even though there might be less than 10 fluent speakers with the Ponca tribe, or 3 fluent speakers of the Omaha tribe, with the Omaha tribe, I guarantee you there's at least 100 to 200 semi-fluent speakers like me, or better than I am. And with the Ponca tribe, there's at least 70 of them. And there's way more than that could, even if a Ponca talks so rapidly, I'd have to pay attention hard, or I'd miss some of it, or they would know all of it because they're older than me and they grew up hearing it. They just never made the attempt to speak it. So, what are you guys' thoughts and opinions on what I said on the work?
Furthering it, would that be a copyright issue, number one?
No, we don't have to further, because we use our own words,
Okay.
and we don't have to do it like that way. We don't have to. We're not going off page by page what they're doing, because they can't copyright the
Right.
word to see in Ponca or Omaha don't buy, because that's a language.
True. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I say go for it.
We're not using their book
I'm
to
ready.
go page by page and add on to it. We're not doing that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that all the words, because I got over 700 verbs hand wrote down, and then we'll conjugate them into the many forms that they go into.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might call it a paradigm. Some people call it a verb conjugation. But what do you guys think about that? But no, I'm not talking about copying off anybody's book.
No, I just meant like making it an addition. You know
No,
what I mean?
not an addition either, because
Not
you'd have to
copying.
you'd have to have permission to
just
do it.
worried
But I'm
about
talking
that.
about to complete it.
Right.
Try to
Yes,
do our best to
do it.
complete a Ponca, deals on verbs, on sentence structure, and like I said,
Yes, I'm ready to type whatever. Let's do it.
I would like to see that. Can you see this book?
Yeah, 601 French verbs.
601.
It's awesome. You can go to a page. I mean, it's got everything. You look at a verb, it's got the présent, l'indicative, imparfait, l'indicative, passé simple, future conditional, present, disubjunctive, imparfait, disubjunctive, imperative, passé composé, plus que parfait, l'indicative, passé antérieur, future interior conditional, passé disubjunctive, plus que parfait disubjunctive. This is, all of those are listed in detail. I don't know if you probably can't see a page, but if we could do this, so you could go to a page and find everything that there is about that verb on that page.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Jonathan.
Yeah, and I would love to work on it. I mean, I could do data entry, to help you with the time and things like that. And I'm sure a lot of people would be willing to work on it, but I rely on this book when I'm studying French. I keep this in front of me all the time because I have to look up if I'm writing.
Okay, but see, Jonathan, at least you understand the handicap of not being able to do that in the Ponca language or even the Omaha language.
Yeah.
There's a handicap in that, because you're not going to fully be able to ever speak with fluency. You might speak in fluent areas that you know or that you get to study and see, but you got to understand it changes. Like I said, al glize, al ki glize, blize. You see what I'm saying? It changes, and you got to be able to do that. It's just like how I taught all you guys how to say weeblahan. Now, what does weeblaglan mean? Weeglahan, weeglahan, or weeglaho.
Thank you.
Connie, Jonathan, Barbara, what does that mean? Weeglaho, weeglahan. You three are
Would that be
familiar
like a
with the
man's
language.
way?
Well, you already know what the hoe on it would be. Let me change that.
The men's
Weeglahan.
way, right? Men's way.
What does weeglahan mean?
Thank you.
Weeglahan.
Giving thanks or praise.
Thank you.
Well, you're doing that, but remember, remember, we blahan means I praise you or I thank you. So when you say we glahan, that I am thanking my own or I'm praising my own because there's an intimate relationship or a relationship that is more than just somebody you don't know to say I praise you or I thank you. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to teach you guys something that these aren't taught, but they're spoken.
Right.
And then you look at the Ponca dictionary or anything the Omaha got, and you tell them if you say wiglahan, but it's a real word.
Mm.
Let me spell it real quick.
Yeah, mine here.
Wiglahan. Wiglahan.
May I ask a question?
Go ahead.
If you say Palamiye or Palamiye Wakula is to say thank you in a sacred way, how would you say that with Wiblahan in Ponca?
You can say wiglahan.
Ah, Wiglahan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
That's more intimate, it's more honorable. Because even when you said that in Lakota, that doesn't literally mean the sacred way. That's talking like a more intimate way that you're thanking them. But when it's more intimate, it's more it becomes more sacred, more of wholeness. You know, it's kind of hard to translate that sometimes in the English, but you could use wiglahan.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Eagle, I guess I'm not understanding the difference between those two.
Neither am I.
Okay. You see this right here?
Yep.
This right here means I to you. Go. I'm doing something. Go. This right here is I thank, but when you put we in front of I thank, it's I thank you. We right here is this right here is I thank. I mean thank I thank her my own. But when you say we laha, I thank her my own, or I really praise her and that's my own. It's not the same. You see, these are different. This is more intimate, has more meaning to it. You could say this to anybody you don't even know them. This right here, you got some type of relationship with them or you know them.
Right, in French it would be referred to, it could either be imparfait or imperfect or conditional, either one of those. But in this particular case, well, it still would be conditional because it's not something that you can see or touch when you're referring to intimacy, so it would be a condition of the state of mind or your state of expression. Right.
I like the way you explained that. It's pretty good. I can't explain no better than that. You can say this to anybody, somebody you know, somebody you don't know. This right here, you'd be talking to somebody you're familiar with or intimate with. And I'm not talking about sexually. Could be sexually, but not. I'm not talking about that. Might know them, come from the same neighborhood, same tribe, same clan, cousin, might be a family member.
Yeah, I can't take credit for that. That came from my French teacher. He explained that as a condition of state of mind, a state of being, an emotional state, a state of perception. All of those things would apply to what the term conditional means. And so he explained it to the class so that we got an understanding of what that term meant better, because it's difficult sometimes.
Thank you. I understand now.
You guys have a little bit of understanding, you still don't understand it. Just a little bit better?
Definitely, yeah.
A little bit. I feel like the
Did you
slow child group.
Robin, did you understand it last night when I said Wa'u dinke aglize? Wa'u, it means woman, dinke means the, but it also can mean wife when you're using it as my wife. So aglize means I took my own wife. You know, I could have just said Wa'u dinke blize, I took the woman, or I got the woman. Or it also could be aglize, it could also mean I got my own wife. Whether you paid for her or however you took her, but you got her.
It's
And
just
now
going
you
to
can
take a
say,
while.
yeah, and now don't get me wrong, you can say I got my wife or I took my wife. You could say wa'u we talk, okay, blize. Or you can say I have my wife, wa'u we talk, okay, bling. You can say it like that way. Or I got myself a wife, you would say wa'u dinke ki glize. Ki glize. I got myself the wife or a wife. It goes back to the GI form. It's a verb prefix that changes the form of the verb. But think on what I talked. Huh?
I think I'm just a little overwhelmed because it's really only been a week and a half since I've learned any Ponca. So I'm trying to wrap my brain around it.
Just stay with it because, like I said, I could tell you're really educated and you learned real quick, but you might have had a long day. So sometimes without nourishment or a long day, it might slow you down a little bit, or any man or woman. But I'm real proud of you guys on the progress you're making. Like I said, sometimes and you just have to tell me. All of you are still on here say, "Hey, we're going too fast. Let's go back over small sentences." You know, like Barbara was saying. Barbara only learned that one type of sentence, but it progresses as you get more fluent, as you get older. It's not just one way; it changes as we go. Maybe I'm going too fast. I apologize. I'll go back to verb sentences and just nouns and verbs. But like I said, my intentions is not to overwhelm you, even though I do that to a lot of people because I got so much to teach, and that's why when we do this, because a lot of you guys on here are really smart, and I feel like you guys are brilliant in your own way. That you can say, hey, let's try it this way and teach it a little different or slow it down, and that's what we're going to do so that we can make this a prosperous class, so that you could speak Ponca, and so that you could teach your loved ones, or you and Chris could sit there and just talk back and forth. It'll get there.
Yeah. I think you're doing a phenomenal job.
I got to slow it down a little bit, Jonathan. I got to slow it down and explain it a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more. That's what
to me, I'm coming
and
back to
if any of you guys got any time, Ricky told me to say something yesterday or night before, and I forgot that even though it's not set in stone that we're going to do the open house on what's it called, but if you guys ain't doing nothing or you need help on Friday, I'm going to be on this. I'm going to have this open from for 5 hours from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then after that, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be that open house, and then the other open house hours will be on Saturday. And but right now we're just going to do Friday on the what do you call it? 10 to 3. And some of you guys, if you got that opportunity, take it so we can study on it. And then all you other guys know that, since I've been hurt, like, my sister Barbara and sister Connie know that when I'm working, when my body's not hurt, I'm constantly working, trying to make money for my family. I mean, that's my whole goal is so I don't ever have to, can I borrow this? Or, I'm sorry, I don't got no money. I can't pay my car payment this time or my bills are falling behind. I don't want to be known like that, or Eagle Rod's a bum. He won't take care of his own obligations, and when my body's able, there's not nobody could say that Eagle Rod just sits around, because my two sisters, Connie and Barbara, know more than anything. I'm on it. I stay on it.
I
And then
rode in the
late at
car.
night,
I rode in the
Yeah.
car with him one day at work, and I swear there was not 2 minutes in between him doing something while we were driving. He was just on it. I have never seen anyone so busy in a car in my entire life, going here and there and doing what he needed to do. I was amazed. I really was.
And I feel blessed that I got this job, and I also feel blessed that, even in my state where I can't work right now, I'm still doing all my full-time college and doing well in it. But I'm also pulling jobs from my workers so that their families can still eat. And, I try, but like I said, and I apologize. Listen, don't be afraid to tell me. Let's slow it down because, what I got to teach you is a lot. And also to Jonathan and Barbara, I'm not gonna be hard on you, but my sister Barbara has really been on our language. You got a year in it. A year's not a little bit of time. That's something. I mean, look how good that Robin and them are learning at just 1 week and a half.
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday. They're learning so much, but you got a year, and plus you know other languages, you're studying other languages. So my point is you and Barbara you're ahead of the curve. And then I've been working with Sister Connie over a year, and so I apologize on my frankness and all that stuff. But anyway, if you wouldn't mind, Garrett, could you close us out in a prayer? And I'll see you guys again tomorrow.
Christy had raised her hand.
Oh, Christy, I'm sorry.
You're
Hey,
fine. I just
Christy.
have a quick question because, I missed the first one, so I didn't realize you guys were doing this every night. I thought it was just on Mondays. So, are we going to have
Every
the
night.
information Huh?
Christy, you're breaking up. What did you say?
Are we going to have I noticed the meeting is recorded. Are we going to be able to post those somewhere? Because I missed a bunch.
Christy, you can get on.
So are we going to be able?
Christy, you can get on these now. I saw them starting to post where it showed all these times that we already been on there. They're on here already.
Oh, they
So
are. They are available.
Yeah, I seen them. I mean, I didn't click on them to see if they played, but I seen them.
Oh, so they're available in this arena here.
Yeah, I seen them on there when I got on here by myself, and I seen them that one day.
Oh,
Now I don't know
okay.
if I can
Thank
get
you.
back to them, but I did see them.
We'll
Thank
check
you
and
very
see because it may be that because you're an administrator, you can see them and we can't yet. But I'll double check and see too, and let us know tomorrow night.
And also,
you very
Christy,
much.
Christy, we got a deal that's on Messenger that Sister Connie and Sister Barbara that we made over a year ago, and also we post on there, and we can start posting on there because the committee elected not to have a Facebook, but we're not on Facebook. This is just a messenger that we as private individual Ponca language lovers and Ponca that we put on there to enjoy our time and to learn from each other. You're more than welcome to be on there, Christy, if you like.
Yeah. So who should I search up to find it? I guess. Where's my phone?
Connie, you could tell her, or Barbara.
Yeah, it's oh shoot. You could go to Eagle's Facebook and he can actually add you. I actually forgot what mine was again.
I don't know, Chris. I don't know your name, Christy, your full name
Connie
or whatever you want.
Oh, it's Connie O.B. CONNIE O.B. like O'Brien. It's O'Brien. So it's Connie O.B. You can go to it's facebook.com/Connie O.B. and just send me a message or ask to be my friend or whatever it takes, and I will add you in just like that.
Christy, are you on Facebook?
I am. It's Christy Conrad.
CONRAD?
Yep.
Okay. If you don't find us, we'll find you.
And Barbara and Connie are both
perfect.
admins. They're admins, so they could add you on. Okay, if you can, Garrett, pray us out real quick, bro, if you don't mind.
For sure. All right. My God, thank you for allowing us to come together
and learn this. And my only hope and prayer is that we can come together continually and continue to like learn this and really absorb this and be able to revive and revitalize and make this important for all Poncas again. Iblaha.
I want to thank you guys for enjoying our class, and like I said, we got a lot of questions. Ask me, and let's ask each other. We got to try to really get the best out of it. When you don't understand something, ask a question, and let's try to keep explaining it. And like I said, some of you that been around languages too, you might be able to. Because I like the way Jonathan said that. It's conditional. And there's different types of deals. I never really thought about it like that. Well, I just thought sometimes I feel like I can't explain it just as good, even though I know it in the Ponca language. It's like it's hard to translate. You can ask anybody. It's hard to translate it. I mean, especially when you're trying to translate it word for word, you can't with our language. Our one word could mean 5 words in English. It's just different like that. So, but anyway, you guys have a good night. I love you guys. I'll be praying for you, and I hope to see you tomorrow. And remember, Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. if you're not doing nothing.
I'll probably be there. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Eagle, honey. We love you.
Wiblaha.
Wiblaha.
Oh.